All right, so we got our CVT rooftop tent all folded up. Here's a demonstration of opening up the upper portion of the tailgate. So that lifts up nicely. And then this bottom portion just folds down. Serves as a great bench. And we also love to use this as like a little cooktop section because all of your electronics plug in back here. So you can see they have a couple of outlet options here. And so all of this is super useful for plugging in. Well, we use a DVD player sometimes for the kiddos. So that's a little 12 volt there for the DVD player. You can hook up electronics such as laptops, water heaters, water boilers, rice cookers. We've had a coffee maker, coffee grinder plugged into this. In the future, we'll get an induction cooktop, and then we can really make great use of this space here for cooking breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Down below, you have the onboard air compressor. So I keep this plugged in at all times, mainly because once it's hooked up to this, it's just ready to go. It's super easy to use. You can put this on, you can set your pressures. And you can use this to, blow up your actual car tires, your inflatable spare tire, bike tires, balls. Super, super useful. This has saved us several times because we've had nails in our tires and we've had to refill air pressures just to get to the discount tire locations. Those two buttons just control the middle row of seats, so you can lay those completely flat for camping purposes or for carrying cargo around. As you can see here, with the third row of seats up, we still have plenty of good space for storage. So that's a camping sofa, my backpack. So really, really nifty. And if you do need some extra storage, you can just fold these flat by lifting up on the tab here. So that goes completely flat. And then you do the same thing on the other side. So really, really easy. Obviously, you kind of have to crawl in there to lift those back up, or you can lift that up from the side entry doors there. There's some hidden storage right underneath this. So this latch lifts it up and you can actually access some more secret storage down there. I keep tools and basic towing equipment down there. Really, really nice to have. And then below that shelf of storage is where the inflatable tire is hidden. So it's currently deflated for ease of storage. It's nice and tight in there. If you were to take that entire tire out and take out the shelving system, you would have a lot of extra storage down there for whatever else you need. Strollers, wagons, things like that. Keep another umbrella over here. This rail system allows you to have some mounting points, so you can actually use these hooks to strap things down if you need to. I've never used them, but it's nice to have that as a feature. Really easy to use and move it backwards, forwards. High quality stuff there. Some nice lighting up top. Again, there's a nice window there above the third row. The third row passengers get their own vents. Those vents are really nice for keeping the car cool when you're in pet comfort mode. There are little storage cubbies here on the side with USB-C charging. There's a cup holder for the passengers back here. Really sturdy stuff, easy to clean. You can tell I have a dog with all the dog hair back here, but again, for the most part, pretty easy to maintain and keep clean. So to close it back up, you just have to lift up this tailgate. This tailgate's really sturdy, so you can sit on it. So the tailgate comes up, and then there's a button up here that you push to get the upper portion down. You see that little camera in there, and shuts nice and secure. Windshield wiper. So that's a complete tour of the back. Really, really fun space back there, really useful. We've had no complaints. That Kuat bike rack fits perfectly. You don't need a hitch extension or anything like that. Had some questions on the internet about that. And let's talk about these crossbars. So these crossbars from Rivian come in a pair, so you have to buy them in a pair. They do mount perfectly with their roof system here, but interestingly there is a third mounting point right here, as you can see. So if you want a third crossbar, you have to usually buy a pair and then split those with another Rivian owner. So there's a guy up in Boulder, Colorado that's gonna buy a pair for both of us, and then we'll just split the cost, and I can have a third rail in the middle for some belly support over that glass roof. All right, so that is a complete tour of the exterior of the car. And you can see how that roof rack really supports the weight of that rooftop tent nicely. And it steers clear of that rear fin up on top. The car is in camp mode right now, so you can see how everything is leveled out nicely from front to back, side to side. So that takes really good advantage of the 4 separate air suspension system. And then the Rivian emblem on the front.